I'm late, y'all. Sorry I'm late. We had an order I could not pass up on Instacart. I said, let me do this. We'll start the show late. How y'all doing? Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. More specifically. We got some topics today. A couple, I guess just one topic. I saw something on, I think it was Instagram, and it kind of like, we've talked about social media and the consumption of it and how sometimes too much of a good thing can be a bad thing for us. And it doesn't allow us to connect. It doesn't allow us to grow if we're spending too much time online, right? So let me read what I'm talking about here to you guys, okay? Hold on one second. So, all right. What should it say here? Imagine if social media closed every day at 6 p.m. like a shop. Now, that's never going to happen. But just imagine it for a minute. Okay, there are other things in life that we measure that you have to turn off, or stores do close, programs end when you watch a TV show. It's news starts at 10, ends at 10:30, whatever, right? There's an end point to a lot of things. But with the devices that we have in our hand, you could just do like it's limitless. You could search the internet for your whole lifetime and not see and hear everything, right? So, once again, imagine if social media closed every day at 6 p.m. like a shop. Let's say that's true. How different would your day be? I'll say hi to everybody in just a minute. How different would your day be if today at 6 o'clock, wherever you live, social media went away? You couldn't get on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, or X, whatever. You could not get on Twitch. You couldn't get on Kick. You couldn't get on whatever streaming platform that's social media. You couldn't do it. We would all be forced to meet up and speak to each other in real life, to be present with our families, and go outside to read, make art, music, etc. Now, back in the day, hundreds of years, even thousands of years, that's what people did. They'd go to courtyards, they'd go to villages, and they would walk and talk about life, about philosophy, about their community, and they would bond in that type of way. Now that we have phones and we have the internet, we have this, we have that, we have accessibility is just on a whole nother level. We do that with our devices, but it doesn't really allow us to connect in a way that's the healthiest for us. That's what we're going to talk about today. Who's here? Let me read some comments and see who we got here. Hit that thumbs up. Appreciate y'all for being in the building. TC, Deborah, the Gig Bells, Nomadic, TC, David, Gigaholic, Carlos says thumbnails low-key cringe. Thank you. Appreciate that. Matt Dash, what's up, brother? Silicone says some people's lives are nothing but social media, and they ain't even good at it. Who am I talking about? Yeah, it's bad. Too much of a good thing can be a negative. It can turn into a negative. And imagine today, you can't watch social media, TV, nothing when 6 o'clock hits. How much different would your day be? Would it be better? Would it be worse? Would it be not that much different because maybe at that time you don't consume social media and you are interacting with family, friends, community, work people. You are outside tending your grass, or you're doing this, or you got your plants and you got your feet on the ground. Would your day be different if social media ended every day at 6 p.m.? Also, there's an interesting thought, and some people have talked about this, and I think there's even people that have tried this. Imagine having a social media platform where all you could do is you can post one thing a day or one comment a day. You can only make one short a day. Think about how much better the quality of that content might be. Imagine using your content for the day to wish happy birthday to somebody, or to post something about somebody. That would make them feel special, right? Because you use your one token on them. I heard, I can't remember who I heard say that, but I was like, that's kind of interesting. I see, we got anybody else in here? Yoda, what up? Dasher Phil, what up? Every so often, I disconnect from all platforms. Nomadic, yeah, I've done it a few times. Back in 2015 or 16, I deleted my Facebook. Haven't been on it since, don't have it. Won't go back. My friends group is very, very eclectic. And at that time, a lot of political things were going on. And I had people, and I was not active on Facebook. I just had a page basically to creep on other people and to connect with, to see what's going on. And I barely posted anything, but I'd go and people would be, friends, family would be fighting in like the comments or whatever we called it back then, arguing. I'm like, this is toxic. I deleted it. One of the better decisions that I've made. But I've done it with YouTube. Stop watching certain people, stop engaging. I take days off at a time. If I'm on vacation, I very, very, very seldom go to YouTube. So yeah, I've done that as well. What up, Kevin? Good afternoon. Is our choice to end it? Me too. I don't use my Facebook. Yeah. What up, Liz? How are you? Is it Liz? Yeah. Liz or Lisa Ramirez? How you doing? It would be the 80s. TC, wasn't the 80s probably some of the best time that we had? Think about the 80s. Growing up as a kid in the 80s and the fun you could have and the things you could do. And we weren't so worried about so much. I think kids play outside more. They were overall more healthy. Yeah, I think there was issues back then. But imagine social media stopping every day at 6 p.m. How much better or worse would your life be? What up, John? How you doing? Well, the flipping what up, Pedro? What up, Gigwise? How you doing, man? Everything in life is choices. Just life doesn't have a digital decline button. Yeah. So, how's y'all Wednesday going? We'll do a little motivation as well. This week's been good. I'm at $200 today. I'll stay out maybe for another hour after this. We did 300. I didn't hit 400 yesterday because I decided not to work dinner, but we made 300 yesterday. 200 on Monday. So we've had a pretty decent week. Catering's come in clutch. It's been good. So I've been also unplugging myself from YouTube in a lot of ways, and that's cleared my mind. It's made me more focused on other things. So it's been a solid week so far. I'm in hump day. I'm feeling good. We got family plans this weekend, so I'm feeling good about the week. I don't know about you guys, but Gig Bell Toes, what's up, brother? In the 80s, I was eating breakfast cereal and watching Saturday morning cartoons. Man, listen, I'll do that right now on a Saturday. Shit. Kevin says, I did another interview this time was with the Parker Street Ministries in Lakeland, Florida. The video is now on YouTube under Parker Street Ministries. Cool. 70s were the best growing up. I've been done since noon. Nice. Yeah, I dropped the kid off at her school today. I had a little errand to run. The apps weren't really firing. I wound up doing a couple of Uber, a $60-something Spark, back-to-back catering, same pickup, drop off for like 2 miles away. That worked out great. That was $70. It took me like 20 minutes, 25 minutes. And we did a $23 Instacart. We did another Sam's Club Spark for 60-something. So not bad. What a good day. We are the best generation, Pedro. I believe that, Mad Dash. We were able to get through high school without smartphones, but enjoy them as adults. Yeah, I think when I was a senior in high school, I had not a smartphone, but I did have a phone. And I was one of the few people that had it. And it was kind of like one of those, like, it had the antenna still and it flipped down a little bit. Not the big gray one, not the drug dealer one, but y'all know what I'm talking about. It was like a Verizon, and like, I remember that. Man, yeah. I remember them days. That's true, Gigwise. But the internet just got started. TC, yeah, you're right about that. But imagine, what if social media had a stopping point at 6 p.m.? What would that do for our country? Would that make us smarter? Would it make us more engaged? Would we be more fulfilled if we were forced? Because I'll put it to you like this. It's not going to happen, and I'm not for it, because come on, we have freedom, right? But let's just speak for a second. Let's say social media ended, boom, 6 p.m. You couldn't log on, just like a TV show. TV shows have end dates. Football seasons start and begin. You can't watch football, right? Like it ends, that's it. Every day, 6 p.m. your time. Social media, donezo. What would that force you to do? Would you have another hobby? Would you learn another language? Would you be engaged more with your kids or your wife or your husband? Would you not consume as much, maybe bad things? Would it make you happier? Would you just watch TV? I don't know. I thought it was interesting. It's interesting to think about that, because that would really, I think, in my opinion, if people did less on their phones and consumed less things on the internet, the world that's one thing that would extremely change the landscape of our world. Not immediately, but over the course of, let's say, a 5 to 10 year period, a lot of things would change. A lot. Some mostly for the good, maybe some for the bad, depending on how you and why you consume information and how you use the digital world that we're in, the streaming, the social media, because there's a lot of benefits. I'm on it. You're on it now, right? A lot of older people connect with their families with social media or news, or they get information, right? But I think there'd be a lot of benefits to it long term. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Cool, thanks. Only numbers, no texting. Yeah, back in the day, yeah. We needed to remember everybody's phone number. Yeah, I had one of those. Okay, listen, let's go back. I'm not a big gadget guy, but I was kind of a gadget guy when I was younger. I remember being probably 17 to 20, and I had one of those little Gigwise will remember this, and maybe John and some of the other guys. It was like a little calculator, but it opened up and you could put in information, say people's numbers and other things. And you'd open it and be like, oh, I got to find my man's number, because your phone that you had at the time, you couldn't save a number. It was like it cost me like $40 or something. And I probably used it for like a year or two. What were those called? Amazon is a game changer. Yeah, I've been thinking about getting on that. Off topic. What up, Jody? But tomorrow's my 1-year anniversary of getting off. Jody, let me put that up. Congratulations. I remember you sharing that a few times, maybe 6-7 months ago. And I think that's amazing for you. Everybody say hi to Jody in the chat. So Radio Shack, yes. What were they called? I recently started dashing again after a year off. I live in Northeast Pennsylvania. What's up, Christian? How you doing? What were those called? It was like it was just it was basically a calculator that would open the size of a car, and you could put in people's information, phone numbers, things like that. What were they called? Shoot, those were called digital phone book. Something. I mean, it was something. It had a name to it. Anyways, we don't have to stay on that topic, but. Oh, it's bad. Saturation levels are crazy right now. PDA, personal data. Nick, that sounds about right. PDA. I think that sounds right. Personal, yep. And they had different brands, and different brands had different names, but you would store that. Yeah, I remember that. PDA. Yeah, thanks, John, Nick. Appreciate that. So, yeah, just imagine if we didn't have social media every day at 6 o'clock. Let me be honest with y'all. BlackBerry. No, not BlackBerry. I never had a BlackBerry, actually. Those are big. I never had one. I'll say this, and I have control over this, and I've been getting better at it. But if social media was not an option, so for me, it's YouTube and TikTok. After 6 p.m., I think I'd be a happier, more well-rounded person. And I would be lying to y'all if I did not admit there's times in the last month I've thought about just stopping YouTube altogether. Because there are things that I could accomplish that don't need to be recorded, filmed, vlogged. I don't need to let the world know everything. And I think I can get those things done. I can get them done a lot quicker without spending time on the internet. So it's something that I've thought about. It's not something that I think I'll do now. But I think there'll be a lot of benefits to not consuming as much media and social media after 6 p.m. I just think after 6, my entertainment time. Yeah. I mean, mine's more a little bit at night, but I watch a lot while I'm doing gig work, while I'm driving, like a lot of us do. I'll tap in and do this and what, I'm not watching gig content anymore really as much, but I'm watching a lot of other things. I found 1999 catalog online from Radio Shack. I will find this out. 90 cents a minute to use. Yeah, John, them days was crazy, man. What up, God's Power? How you doing? Thoughts on debate? Oh, stable? Yeah, man. Listen, I on the other channel, I went live after the debate. I don't like Kamala Harris. I don't like Donald Trump, but Donald Trump lost and he looked really bad. That's what I would say. It wasn't even close. He looked bad. And I watched the whole thing being very unbiased. I was like, I just want to see how this goes. And I expected her to not do good. She did actually really well, and he looked really bad. That's what I would say. I worked at Shack in 1990. Yeah, I never worked any place like that. What up, Chris? How you doing? Pedro? Santiago, what are your hobbies? What do you like to do outside of gig work? Great question. I like to create content. I do that. I love playing basketball. I like playing with my kid, just whatever. She's very playful. She's 3. I like to spend a lot of time outside. I love going to my dad's or my sister's or a friend's house and having a bonfire and drinking a beer on a patio. Like, I'm a very simple person. I like to do those kind of things. I love to be around my family. I like to get my hands in some dirt every once in a while and plant a bush in the back or a tree, not a tree, but like a plant. Like, I like to do things outside, like yard work. Sometimes it helps with my mental state, you know. Trump had to debate 3 people, so I call that. I don't know, gig guys. I don't know. They pressed her a little bit too, but I see why you would say that. But it's the funny thing about yesterday's debate, because I've done some research. He talked 9 minutes more. He had 9 more speaking minutes than she did, and that he broke the rules of the debate. He wasn't measured. He looked triggered. He spoke. He got 9 more minutes to speak. He spoke 9 more minutes and still lost the debate. So that's how I would say. And I'm not saying vote for this person. I'm just telling you that's what happened. It was very clear. You could see it. Some fact checkers say he lied 33 times, and she lied 3. So listen, facts don't lie, numbers don't lie. It did not look good for him. Rosie President was snaps called Pedro Can't Jump. What up, Parrish? How you doing? Are you into firearms at all recently? Stable. I am not. I don't have a carry to conceal, but I'm getting one in the next couple of weeks. I've never owned a firearm, but I'm going to have one in the next couple of weeks. So, or however long it takes. I actually went and talked to a guy today. So, odd question, but yeah, that is such a dad job. Let's not forget to talk about the earpiece she had, though. Aaron, I had no idea. It's the first time I'm hearing about an earpiece. I had no idea that was happening. I'm going to have to look into that. But what's up, bro? How you doing, man? So imagine social media getting cut off every day at 6 p.m. Just imagine it today. Ask your friend, ask somebody today what they would do. Ask them about it. Just to have a 5-minute conversation with somebody about that. And if they would think, and if you would think that would be a good thing for you personally and overall in our society, would it be good? I think there'd be a lot of benefits to it. Hey, Aaron, I don't know if that's true. It's hard to, I doubt that. I wouldn't be surprised, but I don't think that that's the case. I think we have to remember who she is. She's comes from a background of law, debating. She whooped his ass. It is what it is. Sometimes you gotta take an L. You don't always win. Donald Trump's debated before and usually done really well. He lost last night. So if you're a Trump person, I get why you're upset. He lost. Let's just not take let's take the emotion out of it. He looked bad. He couldn't answer. You know, he's talking about dogs and cats, and then he couldn't answer a direct question. Neither did she. But his were easier to answer, in my opinion. Like, who do you think should win between Ukraine and Russia? That shows his alliance with Russia. He couldn't say, well, the person that got invaded should win. Like, he couldn't even say that. It shows how weak he is. So he lost. I don't know why anybody would think he won. But I love y'all for thinking. You have your opinion. I don't want to make this political, but he looked bad. YouTube was the place to go when your car broke down. I know, I'm not, no worries. Oh, they both lost. Hey, I don't think she did great, but she did better than him. So it's kind of like what kind of sandwich do you want? You want a shit sandwich, or do you want a sandwich with I don't know. I don't even know what the analogy would be, but it wasn't good. I was almost embarrassed as an American to watch it. 1% can't save America. They're just puppets reading scripts. I'm not saying you're wrong at all. I've said it many times. I think these are paid actors and they're bad actors. And I don't think they care about any of us. I made a t-shirt that says, thanks for the tips. Love that. I love that. I saw a shirt online when I was doing some research that people that don't want to tip made. It's on like Etsy and Spreadshop and like all these people do that kind of stuff. And it's just an easy font, black hoodie, sweatshirts, all kinds. And it says, I'm not tipping you for handing me a coffee. Because a lot of people are just like outraged with the tipping. Like they just feel like too many people are asking for tips. Now, what we do, I believe we deserve it 100%, right? But yeah, I think sometimes people are just, that little tablet goes around. They're like, what? Their coffee's $5. Like, can you just hand me my coffee and just pour it out of a spout? Why am I, at the weed shop, you get a pre-roll and they're like, whoop, you want a tip? Like, what's happening here? Too many people are asking for tips. So, yes, I do, Stable. I'll tell you a story. I've said it a few times. I'll say it again. Most people have probably missed it. 9/11, I was 19 years old. Me and my father were living together at the time. So I'm with my dad. And it was the morning that we had my daughter's mother. We had our last doctor's appointment. So I woke up. My dad was at work. He called me. He's like, "You see what's going on?" I turned TV. I'm like, "Oh, what?" I picked up my daughter's mom. We went to the hospital visit, which was like at 10:30 or 11. We're waiting in a hospital visit in the room, and it's our last checkup before she's going to give birth. And we're looking at the screen, and there's a family there, which seemed to be like they were probably from the Middle East, and they're looking. So that kind of made it different. We had the doctor's appointment. Everything went great. The next day I went to work. I worked at Kids R Us at the time. I get a call that she's going into labor from her parents. So I left work. I went there. That was the 12th. And then on the 13th, my daughter was born, my firstborn, Gabriela Estrellita Santiago. So she was born 2 days after 9/11. So 9/11 means a lot to me for different reasons. I remember that whole week very vividly. Very bittersweet. You know, we had crazy things going on in our country. And my first daughter's born. I'm a kid. I'm 19. You know, like the world was upside down. And then this kid comes in, like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm a dad. It's like, what? Like, you know, it was crazy. What up, Laura? How you doing? Yeah. What up, Cliff Dog? I was getting ready for work on 9/11. Just started a new job. It was weird, I bet. What up, Cliff? How you doing, brother? Get Guys. What up, Kevin? How you doing, man? Yeah. What about y'all? Share. You remember? I mean, if you're here, you remember 9/11. You were old enough to remember. I mean, that's kind of like when Kennedy was shot, right? The boomers that live back, you know, people remember where you're at when Kennedy was shot, when the man landed on the moon, 9/11. There's certain core things that have happened in our history that when Martin Luther King Jr. was shot, there's certain things that have happened that just like, you know, you remember where you're at when it happened. And unfortunately, too many of these things are very tragic, right? 2 or 3 years old. Okay. What's good, Mr.BetonYou? Got any tips getting off wait lists for multi-apping? Well, it depends on the app. It's black. I don't have a tip how to get off wait lists, though. I don't, the best you can do, I guess the best thing you can do is keep checking in with them. If they have a number, call them. If there's an in-app chat, let them know. You don't want to bug them, but that's the best I can say. But it's hard to control that. I was at my gig job on 9/11 at my real estate office. We all were glued to the TV. Yeah. Cliff Dog says I was 13. Yeah, man. I was 19. Woke up, saw that, and was like, what? And my daughter was born 2 days later. My nephew, his birthday's today, but he wasn't born 9/11. He's, 17? The moon landing was political. The Challenger explosion. Oh, Aaron, I remember that. Columbine. I remember Columbine. I was in high school at Columbine, I believe. Or it happened, yeah. Was that middle school or high school? I remember that. That was, oh my God. Crazy, man. This country's been through some crazy things. And I actually think we forget about things that have happened like hundreds of years ago. It's been worse than it is now, but that's my opinion. Everybody can have their own. But I think with social media, staying on topic here, we consume things right now so fast. There's a lot of fake news. There's AI stuff out there. There's a lot of things that are spun in ways that we didn't have that problem back in the day. And we're consuming and getting information so quick at a record pace. If something happens right now, right? People know about it. It flies. It's just boom, boom. It's quick, right? We didn't have that even just 40 years ago. We had newspapers. We had 2 or 3. You had ABC and NBC and CBS, and those were your outlets, right? So now with everybody having a device in their hand, filming things, having an opinion, having a reaction, some of the information I think that we get can be great because we get it quickly and you get different perspectives, but a lot of it can be false, very misleading. I think what we are fed on social media is also done in a way to keep us stupid, to keep us uninformed. They mask news as to keep you informed, but they're feeding you things that aren't maybe real. So, yeah, I think, it'd be interesting to see what the world would have been like if we had social media back in like the 1400s. Can you imagine? Oh my God. The world would be burning right now. Chuck, what up? Digital organizer. Gigwise, that's it. PDA, digital organizer. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Gigwise is a smart dude. I knew he was gonna come in. What up, Chuck? How was the thing in Atlanta, man? I popped in live a little bit. Do you have any videos? I do not have any videos on that because I don't really know enough about it to give an opinion. And I do not have any videos about that. Arkansas, 1986. What up, Corba? How you doing? Can't wait till it's not hot here. Yeah. Today's kind of the Gigwise can attest to this. Today is kind of the last hot day I think we're going to have. This past weekend got a little cooler, and then the last couple of days have been warm, like about 90 today. And then this weekend, I love the fall season is my favorite time. Once we get to September, October, November, December, those are my 4 favorite months. I love the fall. I love football. I love bonfires. I love the crisp breeze in the air. I love it. For me, if every day was like 50 degrees as a high, that would be, if I woke up every day and it was like 45 or 50 and maybe it got to 60, that's my perfect weather. And if I need sun rays on a beach, I'll do that on vacation. I love the fall weather. I love the sound and the smell and the crack of a nice cold beverage as I got my feet up and a bonfire and friends and family around me, or just one person around me, and just relaxing at night. That is my peace, man. I love the fall. There's certain things you can't do any other time but the fall. I love a good walk in the fall. I love the pumpkins. I love all the holidays. I love all of it. Love it. Bro, looks like Discount Jared Leto. Josh, that is hilarious. I had a free trial on an AI thumbnail deal like a couple of years ago, and I hadn't used that one. I was like, let me use this one just because I think that's hilarious because it's very true. Cider and donuts. Yeah. Sam's Adams October. I haven't had one of the Sam Adams Oktoberfest in years, but those are good. I don't feel like Sam Adams does those seasonal beers anymore. I don't see them around as much. I love that comment though, Josh. That is hilarious. Fall is for delivery, summer is parties. Yeah. Listen, go get your money, y'all. There's money out here. I'm telling you. When I made that video about the money being better, and then it's been easy to get to $200 now. Whereas before I could do it, but it wasn't always easy. Cobra, I appreciate that 10, man. What do you got going on? What are you saying? Get you some lunch or some fuel. I'm going to keep stomping. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. I haven't had lunch, and I was going to actually get something after this. So thank you very much. I'll do that. I'm going to get some Taco Bell on you. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Appreciate all y'all. Yeah, have a good one, man. Have a good one. Thank you. Sam Adams Oktoberfest for sure. Yeah, I haven't had one. I might have to get one. They got to be somewhere. I haven't seen them, though. I feel like I used to see Sam Adams be more prevalent. But I feel like they fell off. I don't know if that's because I don't know what happened, but I don't see them. I do not see them a lot. Right? Yeah. Yeah, be safe. You too, Cobra, man. Make your money. I appreciate that, 10, man. Thank you. October essay in stores now. Is it? I'm gonna have to look. I gotta go to Schnucks. Gigwise, I gotta go to Schnucks. Or I go to Royals Liquor, the one on Gravois. It's by the house. That's where I go. That's my spot. I know everybody in there. I'm sure you probably picked up orders from there, Uber, DoorDash, whatever. I love all them people in there, man. They're my Indian brothers and sisters. I love them so much. I brought them lunch before. They're just good people, man. And they run a really good little spot. It's always clean and like, yeah, man. That's my spot. Hey, did you check out Spark to Arnold or Fenway? I've done a couple of Arnolds. Haven't gone to Fenton. I tried the one on Manchester, which I kind of liked. The Kirkwood one, Maplewood's been up and down. There's that Sam's right there, but that Sam's is not good. I did do one from today, which was better than the one I did the other day. I haven't been to Shrewsbury this week. I don't think I've done anything with Shrewsbury this week. Only because Deliver That and the other app, done a couple of roadies this week. Uber's it's been okay. I've picked up from the Royals a few times. I love that. That's my spot, man. If I need a twisted tea, that's where I go. That's my spot. You ever want to run into me? That's where I be sometimes. Canada Club, what up? You look like Jesus in your thumbnail. Fried Tucks has it on. Oh yeah, I don't go to Fried Tucks. It's too expensive. Plus the other places, I can walk there. I have walked there. Manchester has very skinny parking spaces. They do. But then you have to deal with the West County. Yeah. And the one on Manchester, man, that 141 or whatever, man, that road is crazy. It's too busy for me, man. It's too busy for me. So yeah, imagine social media not being around after 6 p.m. Think about what you would do. I'm not telling y'all you got a consumption problem with social media. You can look in the mirror and tell yourself that. I sometimes in my life have. There are times, even in recent history, I'm spending too much time on TikTok or looking at YouTube or worrying about this. And recently, since I've plugged away from a lot of it, it's been very freeing. And I've been able to get other things accomplished. And it's a good feeling. Did you get any delivery that day? I don't know. I didn't. Only DoorDash and Uber available. Okay. Yeah. But the Costco, I have a Costco membership now. I actually got it. I don't know if you guys knew this or not. If you have an Uber Eats account, if you get to a certain level, and I don't know how I got it because I fell off. I think it was gold. It doesn't matter. You get a free Costco for a year, a free membership. It's worth $60. So I got a free Costco membership from Uber Eats. So thank you, Uber. It's the one thing you did good. The only thing you do. And so I'm gonna get you can get gas savings. There's a few items we'll get there that will save money. Actually, it was there today on an Instacart and shopped around and grabbed something. But yeah, I got a Costco. So if you guys don't know this, these apps do. There it is right there. Member since 8/2024. They do there's certain perks that can't. That's a good perk. That's free. And it's not only the 60, it's gonna save me money. I bet, yeah. But they're redoing the one in South County because I was there. I was gonna actually get gas. I think I was there yesterday, and they're redoing it. So I'm gonna have to wait. But I do okay with my gas. I've shown you guys this before. I use an app called Gas Buddy. I've already cashed out $200 on that app. Not Gas Buddy. I'm sorry, Upside. It's called Upside. I've already cashed out 200, and I got 124 in there right now. Look at that. That's real money. I can cash it out into my bank. I can get a gift card. I just let it sit there until it gets to 200, and I'll do something with it, or maybe I'll give it away. I think actually I did a giveaway. I think I gave away $100 to you guys a couple years back. But if you don't got the Upside app, check it out because it works for restaurants, retailers, and gas. What up, Santana? How you doing? Yeah, it looked like it was kind of almost ready. So, listen, that's all I got for y'all today. I'm going to use that $10 from Cobra. Appreciate that. I'm going to give me some Taco Bell or something, maybe some Chick-fil-A. I'm going to work for a little bit more. I want to make there's another $25. That's it. What up is saying? How you doing? I don't like Upside. I don't like their choices of guessing. Yeah, I don't use it as much as I used to because of the choices, but there are times situationally where I'm close to one. There's one on Gravois. There's a Circle K, is it? I think it's a Circle K on Gravois, across the way from the Pasta House on Gravois. And fly. And if I'm close over there, it's like $3 or $4 every time. So for me, it works, man. I like it. So listen, that's what I have for y'all today. I appreciate everybody coming in. Sorry it was late. Social media. Take a couple hours off sometimes. Watch a little bit less. Engage with people a little bit more. That's all I want to share with y'all today. Have a great one. If you're out there, keep making your money. Be safe. If you're around somebody, a loved one, a friend, whatever, family, give them a hug. Tell them you love them. I'll see you guys next Wednesday.